Wake up, Husker Nation, shake it off. There is no time to wallow in anger and depression. This season is not over. This may hurt and be humbling, and does make you wonder how we measure up to anyone left on the schedule. But keep one thing in mind, we still have our goals in front of us. A bowl game, 6, 7, or 8 win season, it's all still on the table. Yes, this loss was more than just a head scratcher, but we are 5-2. No question, we have a big game ahead with what we all see as our most difficult opponent when looking at the schedule as a whole. But we need to keep hope and forget the past, let go of the despair. These are our Huskers, our team, and they need us. My name is Viv, and welcome to the Nebraska Conversation. As fans, we need to act as if Matt Rhule is talking to us this week. We all love to hear him talk, whether it's a press conference or an episode of Chasing 3, we all love his motivation. So much so, I think we all fantasize a little bit about what it would be like to be a player on the team. He's not letting his players dwell on this. He is insisting that they move on and get busy thinking about the next game. We have to do the same. So husbands, are you listening? Go kiss your wives and apologize for how you acted during and after the game. Flowers may also be in order depending on how angry and immature you acted on game day.
You said all pink, right?
It's best that they're all pink, you know.
Are you okay?
It was just a minor misunderstanding.
Oh.
Let's briefly take a look at the breakdown, and I literally mean breakdown in Bloomington, as that is what this video is about, without dwelling too much on the embarrassment of it all. The Huskers just simply didn't show up on Saturday. The Hoosiers executed to perfection for the most part, while we were chasing our tail with mistake after mistake. You could say that a few plays early on, like the botched kickoff return at the 1-yard line or the fumble on 4th down, set us in motion for disaster, but we all have to give credit where credit is due. But really quick before I continue, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Indiana's execution was almost machine-like. They had the ability to strike very decisively and very quickly. It appears as if the Huskers were almost always playing out of desperation and became terribly predictable in the process. That's when mistakes and forced mistakes happen, and boy did they ever, to a tune of 5 turnovers, 2 fumbles, and 3 interceptions, along with 0 for 5 on 4th down tries, which happens to overlap with some of those turnovers. We gave up a total of 495 yards and lost our coveted streak of 0 rushing touchdowns, only to give up 5 in one game. We, on the other hand, had a whopping 70 yards rushing. There is a little praise we can give to a few players, though. A fan favorite and one of those guys you can't help but root for is quarterback and all-purpose offensive player Heinrich Haarberg. He led the team in rushing with 5 carries for 32 yards. That's an average of 6.4 yards per carry. Thomas Fidone had one of his best games yet this year, with 6 catches for 91 yards and a perfect block to help the Huskers get a touchdown. Unfortunately, it was their only touchdown. And if you only look at Dylan Raiola's completion percentage, he went 28 of 44 for 234 yards, which would be a 63% completion rate. Too bad there were 3 interceptions, 1 fumble, and 0 touchdowns, but we'll hang our hat on that 63%. The Huskers underperformed in all aspects of the game. I have to wonder what the coaches' meetings are like after a game like that. Where do you start on what to fix? I have to say, it may seem like Raiola had a bad game, but I still see him as a good quarterback who's going to be a very good quarterback, better than most, if not all of the quarterbacks on our schedule. He's young and just finished his 7th game in Division 1A college football. Keep in mind, he's a 19-year-old true freshman with a decent but not great offensive line, serviceable receivers but not the absolute best, in a team that is definitely trying hard to improve every week. Just watching Dylan, you can easily see he has poise and comfort in his position. He has a lot to learn, but also has time to do so. We need to remember, this is year 2 in the Matt Rhule era. This is not a finished product. Yeah, we want it to be, and we want it to be now, but we have a whole lot of young guys and just a handful of seniors. We're a young team, and we're not even close to hitting our ceiling. Time and patience is what we need to realize as fans of the Huskers. We've done a lot of starting over. Think Callahan, Riley, Frost, all fresh new starts. I believe Rule has already done more than any of them, not based on record, but based on building. The Huskers are still a very young work in progress, and personally, I'm enjoying this process win or lose. And yes, I truly do wish I could play for the Huskers every time I watch an episode of Chasing 3. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and that's all for today's post-game video. As always, if you liked the video, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell to get notified about my next video. And I will see you in the next one. Go Big Red!